In the quiet town of Zuba, 3 children, John, 14, Samuel, 13, and Ella, 12, were close friends who often gathered at Ella's house after school. Her home was a haven for their youthful energy, as her mother worked long hours and often left her alone. One sunny afternoon, while flipping through TV channels, the kids stumbled upon a movie. It started as a harmless adventure flick, but then a sudden, explicit scene flashed on the screen. The scene caught the attention of the kids. They froze, watching curiously, unaware of the implications of what they are watching. As the scene ended, the kids kept mute for some minutes, processing what they just saw on the television in their minds. After some moment, John smirked and turned to the others. "You saw that? They make it look fun. I bet it's not that hard." Samuel chuckled nervously, wondering what Jide was up to. "I mean, they're just acting, right?" John said. But John wasn't laughing. "We could try it. It's not like anyone will know," he said, his tone daring. Ella's face hardened. "No way. That's disgusting. My mom would kill me." John waved her off. "Come on, it's just for fun. Don't be a baby." Though Samuel hesitated, John's confidence slowly swayed him. "I guess it wouldn't hurt to try." Ella stood her ground not to get herself in a sexual act meant for married people and adult lovers, but their laughter and teasing grew louder, drowning her protest. Gradually Ella gave herself in. That day, they overpowered her innocence in an act they didn't fully understand. After practicing exactly what they saw on television, they all felt different and wanted to do more. The boys told no one, and neither did Ella. She was too scared and confused to confide in her mother. What began as a single incident turned into a dark pattern. The boys returned to Ella's house whenever they knew her mother wouldn't be home. Each time they engaged in a sexual act with her, they assured her it was their little secret. Ella's mother is a banker. She leaves the house as early as she could, so she could catch up with the public bosses head towards her office. She strongly believes that her daughter is careful enough not to engage in an abdominal act. One afternoon, Ella's mother unexpectedly came home early from work. The sound of the front door unlocking sent the kids into a panic. The boys scrambled, pulling on their clothes in a hurry as Nora whispered frantically, "You need to leave now." The boys were extremely scared. They have spent hours engaging Ella in sexual act. They pull up their dresses, ready to go through the back door of Ella's room. Her mother's voice echoed from the hallway, "Ella, are you home?" Ella's mom walked straight towards Ella's room. Thinking quickly, the boys slipped out the back door, leaving Ella to greet her mother with a shaky smile. "Hi, Mama. I didn't know you'd be back so soon." Her mother looked around suspiciously. "Why are you so nervous? And why does the house smell like sweat?" Ella shrugged, avoiding her gaze. "I was just playing outside." Her mother frowned at her, but let it go, unknowingly giving the boys more time to continue their visits. Weeks passed, and the boys became bolder, almost daring fate to expose them. One day, while they were in Ella's room, a neighbor knocked on the door. The sudden noise sent their hearts racing. Ella peeked out of the window and whispered, "It's Auntie Ngozi." Panic sets in. The boys ducked under the bed as Ella opened the door, feigning calmness. "Good afternoon, Auntie." Ngozi's sharp eyes scanned the room behind her. "Why was the door locked? And why do you look so flustered?" "I was just resting," Ella stammered. Ngozi raised an eyebrow but didn't push further. "Tell your mother I stopped by," she said, walking away. As soon as the coast was clear, the boys slipped out, laughing nervously about their close call. One fateful afternoon, everything changed. Ella's mother came home earlier than expected once again, but this time, she heard whispers and shuffling coming from her daughter's room. She walked into the house without knocking the door. She walked quietly towards Ella's room. Her heart races with so much suspense as she hears Ella moaning calmly. She placed her ears on the door and listened to the sound calmly. Unknown to her, Ella heard the sound of the door handle. When her heart couldn't take it anymore, Ella's mom opened the door, only to find her sitting alone on the bed looking suspiciously. There was no one with her. But Ella's mom could perceive strange smells and the unusual act of her daughter. Full of suspicion and anger, she questioned her daughter about why she was mourning alone. Ella's heart beats fast and she stammers continuously while responding to her mother. Suspicion turned to horror when Ella's mother opened her wardrobe to find John and Samoa half naked inside the wardrobe with no pants on. "What is going on here?" she screamed. The boys froze, unable to find an escape. Ella burst into tears, her pent-up guilt and fear pouring out as she cried, "Mama, I'm sorry." Her mother's fury turned into heartbreak as the truth unraveled. She couldn't bear the disappointment as she put a call through to Ngozi, who rushed down to the house within minutes to confirm the situation. Ngozi interrogated the boys to find out what led them to the act, how long they have been involved in it and who their parents are. Samoa kept on crying while John gave response to Ngozi's questions with a shivering voice. Elle's mom called the boys' parents, and the confrontation was intense. Tears, shouting, and denial filled the room as the boys admitted to their actions, but it was too late to undo the damage. The incident shook the community to its core. Everyone who heard about the incident blamed Ella's mom for taking her job too serious than her daughter. Ella's mother took time off work to rebuild trust and heal her daughter. She began monitoring what Ella watched, limiting her exposure to harmful content and ensuring she was never left alone. The parents of the boys sought counseling for their children, realizing they had failed to educate them about boundaries and the consequences of their actions. Through this harrowing experience, the entire community learned a valuable lesson. Children need guidance, supervision, and open communication to navigate the complexities of growing up.